Oh God, I'm like boring myself to tears. I literally have tears in my eyes. Today is a really big pressure-filled video day for me because I'm talking about how to be funny on camera, which means you're probably expecting me to make you laugh out loud, R-O-F-L. When I think about some of my favorite YouTube creators and video makers out there, the thing that really ties them all together is that they have a strong sense of humor. I love laughing, and I love watching people who make me laugh. Isn't there a line in Legally Blonde? Happy people just don't kill their husbands. They just don't. Laughter produces endorphins. So the reason we love funny people is because they make us feel good. I am going to break down why humor is super important in building your video presence and different ways that you can incorporate it and maybe find your comedic voice in the process. Here we go. We're talking all about how to be funny on video. Yeehaw, here we go. Woo! It's important to know what is your style of humor. Here's the rule of thumb. We like to produce the kind of content that we consume. I'm a big fan of people like Grace Helbig. She's like a little bit self-deprecating, which is my kind of humor. I have popcorn in my teeth. There's so many different types of humor. Today I'm gonna give you 5 different categories that you might fit into as a creator. Pick and choose things from each category that resonate with you and the kind of content you like to watch. The first type of humor is slapstick comedy. Now this can feel really cheesy, like cut it out. You know Joey Gladstone from Full House? He's a big slapstick comedian. Very physical, kind of over-the-top, cheesy comedy. However, a lot of YouTubers who do prank videos like to use this type of comedy. Play a little bit with slapstick. It's nothing that you really want to dive too deep into, but if you enjoy some physical comedy, slapstick might be a good way to incorporate that type of humor into your videos. Number 2 is sarcasm. If you are a fan of shows like The Daily Show, then you're a big fan of sarcastic humor. If it's not delivered properly, it can come off as kind of rude or mean. Sarcasm is a really fun element to try to incorporate into your sense of humor, but do it tastefully, especially if you're trying to attract a wider audience and you're not trying to like totally polarize people. Look at this pole dancing arm, yes! Self-deprecating humor. This is number 3, and this is my favorite because I love self-deprecating humor. Just like any of these categories, don't take them too far, because if you take them too far, you might be referred to a therapist rather than people subscribing to your channel. Self-deprecating humor is learning to make fun of yourself in the right way, obviously. I am just a walking, talking example of self-deprecating humor. But at the same time, I love myself. It's so weird. Self-deprecating humor at the end of the day is just having a sense of humor about yourself. Know that we're all flawed, messy human beings fluttering about this planet with really no plans, goals, or aspirations. That's not true. The next type of humor is deadpan humor. I can't relate to this one at all because I'm so overly expressive and emotional about things. However, there are some incredible comedians who are super deadpan and have made a name for themselves that way. If you ever watch any of Hannibal Buress's stand-up show, you know what I'm talking about. He does not crack a smile, yet the ridiculousness of what he's talking about compared to his demeanor and his delivery makes it all the more hilarious. So if you are a very sort of stoic, deadpan kind of person, that humor can be a really fun way to incorporate it into your videos, especially because it is a very visual type of comedy. It doesn't totally translate over radio or podcasts, for example, but when you can have that straight face and talk about something totally ridiculous on camera, it makes it knee-slapping hilarious. Michael Scott is my favorite. Michael Scott, if you're listening to this, You're my hero. Highbrow humor is number 5, and this is one that takes a little bit more finesse, a little bit more time to develop because it takes wit. It takes a lot of intellect. People with highbrow humor, they're fast, they're witty, they're quick. They can see the subtleties in something and bring out the funny parts of that. I have a very strong attraction to men with highbrow senses of humor. It's also sexy in women, I have to say. It's just sexy in general. Mix and match from all of these categories. My sense of humor is probably a little mix of slapstick, a little bit of self-deprecating humor, and also a little bit of sarcasm. So I got all of those covered. Deadpan, don't even touch me with that deadpan crap. I love laughing at myself, and I'm gonna do it till the day I die. So now that you're familiar with the different types of humor that you can incorporate into your on-camera video persona, there's different ways that you can practice translating that into your videos. It takes some time, it takes a little bit of work, but it's a lot of fun and it's not like working, you know? So the first one is to research, and I don't mean like burying your head in a book at the library. Watch videos, watch stand-up comedy routines, listen to podcasts with comedians. Mark Maron has a great podcast. There's a lot of different ways that you can start thinking about your sense of humor. What do you resonate with? What do you like to consume? And that will determine what kind of humor that you can produce. Number 2 is to study. Take an improv class, take a stand-up comedy class. You know that I'm a huge fan of improv. I think it is just the best thing for any human being to do ever. So take some classes, learn a little bit. This also gives you some time to practice and finesse your sense of humor in front of an audience so that you get more comfortable with it, and then you can do it on camera like I'm doing right here. And I'm hilarious, right? That was sarcastic. That was slapstick. Number 3 is open up your world. Observe a first date, go on a bunch of dates. I mean, those are great ways to get material and to start expanding your worldview. Comedy comes from telling the truth about the world. And the more you open your world, the more truths you'll see that you can then translate through your own creative, comedic lens. Put your screen down, go out there, take a pottery class, go rock climbing, go on a hike. Expand your horizons, child. Expand them. Go about and play and dance and expand your horizons. The 4th way is really just to practice. Practice, practice, practice. Everybody rehearses, even improv comedians. On my indie improv team, we used to hire a coach. We would rehearse once a week. We would practice working together and then get on stage and totally improvise everything. It sounds crazy and a little bit counterintuitive, but my point is everybody rehearses. Go up on stage, try out a stand-up comedy routine, bring humor in, send it out. You are a filter, you are a lens, you are a child of creativity. Keep making videos, keep practicing this stuff. It's not gonna come overnight, I hate to tell you. But if you can hone it, practice it over and over and over again, tweak it, you will start to embrace your sense of humor. What have you done to implement a sense of humor into your videos? Tell me. I want to hear in the comments. Let me know what you've been doing. I can't wait to hear from you. I love you so much. And until next time, lights, camera, love. Bye.